This is Brian Dawkins, 6'2" junior for Reigns.
To be honest with you, I did not really like football. I liked playing it, I couldn't watch it. I was more of a basketball fan at that time. But when I went out and tried it, I really enjoyed it. My dad was a coach and played football in the neighborhood. My brother played football. It's something about that competition and being out there and doing things that I had done in the neighborhood. Now you're doing it more organized. And something to do as well. Like, I had a lot of energy, and I was doing some dumb stuff around the house sometimes to get in trouble, so Mom had to get me out of the house. And football was one of those things that kept me out of trouble, I guess. When I first started playing, I was playing offense. And so I was a quarterback all the way up into the first game. My offensive line wasn't the best, so I asked could I go to running back to give me a little more time to make somebody miss if they get through. And he let me go to running back. And played running back, and then from time to time I would have to play on defense. So I would play both ways from time to time. Well, a lot of times, to be honest with you. When I got to Reigns, I played JV first of all, playing both ways. I was playing middle linebacker and playing running back, and that lasted for about 4 games. And I got called up to varsity. And during that time, I think is where they recognized how aggressive I was and what I can do. And so that next year, I asked the coach, because he wanted me to play running back. He was like, you can really play running back. And I was like, I don't really like running back that much. I really want to play defense. He agreed, and that was a load off of my shoulders because I really did not want to play running back. Really did not want to play running back. Probably got some looks like junior year. And so I remember my first letter was like for Notre Dame. They had it delivered to the class. And I looked at it, it's like, is that Notre Dame I see? I said, that's Notre Dame. It's like, God. So I was, hyped, getting letters from Notre Dame. They weren't recruiting me. They just sent me a letter. It was like a questionnaire. But I think a lot of those things was Reigns is a high bed for talent. And they got hold of my name some type of way and wanted to send me a questionnaire or something like that. During that time, the team that I wanted to go play for was the Florida Gators. And I was going to be a Gator. I had already had my Gator chop and all that stuff set and how I was going to go about celebrating after I make big plays for the Gators. But I didn't do what I was supposed to do in the classroom. So I lost that scholarship. That was devastating for me. And so worked my behind off to get my GPA up. And then the other team that was really interested was South Carolina. And so I was trying to get in contact with South Carolina to tell them, okay, I want to take the scholarship offer there. I couldn't get in touch with anybody, right? And so that night, I talked to Patrick Sapp. He says to me, he said, don't go there. They don't send anybody to the pros from South Carolina, man. Let me make a phone call. So basically what he did was he called and he basically tells them that if I come to Clemson, Brian has to come with me. I didn't know that. I thought they really liked me. I thought I was coming there. They offered me a scholarship. I'm all hyped. And I didn't find this out, and this is crazy. I didn't find this out till like 5 years ago. So this whole time, I'm thinking that, I'm that dude and, Clemson wanted me and I went there. Nope, Clemson wanted him and they brought you along with. So they took a chance on you because they really wanted him.
The way I play is I try to hurt people, and the way they play is they try to hurt people. So I think that me going there was a good decision for me.
But, I didn't care. Like I just knew that I was going to go there and do some damage and earn my way onto the football field. I had such success in the way that I was playing, the game that I played, physical brand, and my movement skills, the way that I can run. And I wasn't the biggest of players, but you couldn't tell it by the way that I played. I think that gave me an indication that, with my skill set, that I have a possibility of playing on the next level. And that was the end of my sophomore year. So that is when I really recognized, not only can I play at this level, that I can play on the next level too.
Let's go to Sal Paolantonio in Baltimore. Sal?
Hi, Chris. I just got off the phone with Jeff Lurie, the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles. He says they're going to take a safety with this pick, Brian Dawkins. of Clemson.
So that story is crazy. I had no indication that Philadelphia Eagles really liked me, but they kept everything quiet. And nobody knew that they truly wanted and they really liked me. Like I had no clue. Nobody did. And I think and the story goes that they didn't want people to know that they were high on me as a potential draft pick.
He looks, he fires, it is intercepted. Intercepted by Dawkins. He's being dropped, the football is loose. He was hit by Brian Dawkins on the blitz.
The transition from being a newlywed to a father to a professional football player to the breadwinner for a family and all the pressures that come along with all those things. And so all that stuff began to mount pressure. And so anger turns to rage, turns to depression, turns to drinking, and all those things mixed together. So now you have to find an outlet. And so I was finally talked into doing that by my wife and Emmett Thomas, who's my coach. He really urged me to get some help, and I got some help. And through that process, my relationship with God began to take over, and I began to trust in Him more because I had less voices in my head, and I trusted my faith. I stopped drinking beer, which I loved at the time, and that was my oath. Like, I will not consume any more of that. I will live my life for you, but that won't touch my lips again. And I have not taken a sip of beer or like vodka or any of those things since my rookie year.
First of all, hallelujah! Whatever you got to say, let me get that. Can y'all feel that? Can you feel that thing that's oozing out your doggone hands? That thing that's beating your doggone chest right now. Can you feel what's about to happen on this field, man?
I can't tell you that there has been a time in my life that I have reflected more than I have the last couple of months and look back over my life. So many things and so many people and so many decisions that I made that could have gone tragically wrong, that could have been detrimental, that were wonderful for me. And had I not made it into the Hall of Fame, would I have done that? But for me, I've reflected so much over my life, and you've been again to see glimpses of things that I didn't recognize back then that, it makes more sense now. And I'm so blessed to be able to look back over my life from where I stand right now. The crazy thing and the great thing about this is that because of the faith that I live under and what I believe is that the best days are yet to come of what I'm about to do. And I was trying my best to increase and get better. I wanted to be as good as I can be. Well, that dude is still living inside of me. So I still want to increase. I still want to get better and share that with other people. I want to share that with individuals. And it has nothing to do with football. It has nothing to do with sports. It has to do with life. This is a life thing for me. And so, yes, blessed to have had a career that I've had in the National Football League. Blessed. But the life that I have yet lived in these next however long before I go home to be with the Heavenly Father, I will continue to grow and I will continue to give. And me growing is increase, and me giving is increase. And that's what I plan on doing going forward, is living in increase.